April 6th, 2023, the adventure starts in Fort Lauderdale. As we pan down, you'll see the Royal Point Sienna in our current front yard. And this is the house that we live in at the moment, but we will be moving to Sebring in that. We have been here quite a few years in Fort Lauderdale, about 30 years, and it's just time to make a move. And Sebring fit the bill on many different levels, so we thought that would be a good place to move to for the next, I don't know, 10 to 15 years. So we're slowly gravitating north. Here's some of the stuff that's going to be placed in this budget truck. And tomorrow we will start our move from this house, which is located in Fort Lauderdale, just west of downtown Fort Lauderdale. We call it the Flamingo House. We used it for many years as a vacation home, and it has served us well. But it is time to bid adieu to this house. It's got beautiful foliage, and it will be for sale. So if you're in the market for a home in Fort Lauderdale, this might be the one for you. Many mature trees on the property. A lot of the plants that you will see that are on the ground will actually be coming with us. Most of them are pineapples. As a matter of fact, if you look very closely at this particular pineapple, you will see a pineapple. So anyways, this is a home for sale in Fort Lauderdale as we begin our trek north to Sebring, which is approximately 2 to 2.5 hours north of Fort Lauderdale. So for those of you who are not familiar with South Florida, we are in zone 10, growing zone, and we have many fruit trees and native species on our Fort Lauderdale property, which are currently seeing a bit of a dry spell, but we're hoping that it should pick up in the next month when we start to hit rainy season. So this particular tree here is actually, I believe, a Bahama cherry, which gave us fruit the first year, and then all of a sudden decided to call it quits. We're hoping that maybe this year for the new owner, it'll start bearing some fruit. Then of course we have different types of palms. We have some Christmas palms, we have some coconut palms, a bottle tree. I believe that's a bottle tree palm right there. This bad boy, believe it or not, this humongous boy right here used to be like in a 7-gallon jug from Home Depot, and it has now grown. So we do have a lot of stuff. I think, and I'm not 100% because my husband planted it, but that is a guava. It's doing very well. It was a baby when we planted it, and now it's really doing super well. These are just some Florida plants. Of course, more coconuts, those are everywhere. And for the first time this year, we have little bananas right there. And I believe these are ice cream bananas. Not quite ready yet, but they will be. Stay tuned. I'm hoping to be able to harvest these before we sell the property, but I don't know. It's all up in the air. So anyways, just wanted to show you guys some of the plants that we have growing here. Lots and lots of course, pineapples and native plants to this area of Florida, which again is Fort Lauderdale, zone 10-ish, I believe it is. There's the house in the background. My husband is still packing away while I am entertaining the masses. So anyways, this is just the front yard of our house, and not only am I doing it to showcase the plants that we have, I'm also doing it because I would like something for posterity to be able to come back and look at the property and see what we accomplished here, which was pretty cool. Neighbor across the street, and then of course panning around, This is called a shaving brush tree. And a shaving brush tree only flowers in the mornings and then drops its flowers at night. And they're really beautiful. They look like a shaving brush, but they're very, very bright pink. There's another banana. It's a bit of a young'un, so it hasn't given us anything yet. But I'm sure it will for the new owners. This flower here is particularly interesting because this flower here is what they use to make leis in Hawaii. And I cannot remember the name of it, but that is the flower. So, and we have yellow, we have pink, I believe we have dark pink, and probably also some whites sprinkled in there. This is just some trees and more trees, and I'm going to take you to something that I worked on a while back, which I'm going to probably leave behind. So we have some blue agave and a cactus, which grows very well. This area here does not get water. So anything that is succulent related normally does not need to have any water. Desert roses do not need a lot of water. They do just go with what nature provides. So if you look really closely, I started a while back a little gnome garden, and I have little trees poking around inside the desert rose. Back, here's the front of the house. TJ packing away. I, on the other hand, am lazy and decided to take a break. That's how this tree here, this plant here in the foreground, this is a kapok tree, native to Africa, and it grows to be ginormous, which means it has to stay in a pot because unfortunately it just can't go on the ground due to the fact that it will just overtake the entire yard. We have a starfruit tree going right here. It hasn't budged from that size in 2 years, so I don't even know if you can see it, but that's a starfruit. Here we have another banana, and here we have a moringa tree, which is one of my favorites. Moringa. Look it up, M-O-R-I-N-G-A. You can't see it, and it's not doing very well in the spot. It's lost some of its leaves. The iguanas do love to chew on it, so we had to protect it, but it's very healthy for you, incredibly healthy. And then I believe we have like a blue, something called a something berry tree here, and then some other type of berry tree over here. And that's kind of it for this property. Again, it's just it's one of those things, right? You get attached to a piece of property and then you have to leave, and you look at all the trees that you've put in. I mean, this particular coconut came from a coconut. This did not. This is huge. Look at this bad boy. He is huge and came from a coconut. As I believe this one did. This one was already a little mature, but he grew into a beautiful specimen. You can see all the way up. It's very difficult because there's trees, interlocking trees, and so this was from a coconut, guys, that I believe our neighbor gave us, and just put it in the ground, and I think 5 years later, voila, here's a fern that a very good friend of ours gave us, and my husband a while back had made this little path. It was all the way to the sidewalk and right here, and then comes up. We're letting all this grow in. It'll just overtake this area. I don't know what the next owner is going to decide to do, but that's really on them and not really my business. I'm happy for them if they decide to do something fun. We do have a couple more plants that are growing here. This is actually a pepper tree, and it's given us quite a few peppers. And this little guy, I'll show you this last. This here, I believe, is a fig tree. And I'm going to show you something. I think those might be figs coming in. So you know that this guy is coming with us when we move. So stay tuned. All these plants we'll be making, well, most of these plants, the ones in the pots anyways, will be making their way to Sebring very soon. So So you guys just stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Hi guys. I'm TJ.
Sylvia.
This is our Sebring life
And more.
Right. So truck is packed. It was
Arduous at best.
What time do you think we started? 2:30?
We probably started about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. We had some help from the neighbor to help put one of the couches in.
Yeah.
Everything else we did ourselves. We are both in our mid-50s, and we have decided to embark on a new adventure in a city called Sebring, Florida, which is just northwest of Lake Okeechobee. If you are not familiar with Florida, that is the largest lake, one of the largest lakes in Florida, not the largest.
It is the largest.
And it is considered Central Florida. And we will be showcasing our adventures there and more. And when we say and more, that means there will be some other trips within Florida as well as other locations, both in and outside of the U.S.
Yep.
So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We'll find you.
Don't go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere. This is it right here. That's it.
All right. So tomorrow we pull out. We're taking the truck. We're taking our car. The car is going to be loaded up with some stuff.
That's correct.
We'll be in Sebring, Florida until Monday. We come back down. We're getting this house staged for sale, so we're going to have a little bit of staging work to do. Probably one more trip with another truck to Sebring, and then that should be it. We'll be completely empty here, and we can start residing in Sebring full time while this place gets listed, open house, and hopefully a quick sale.
That's correct. That's correct. Once we arrive in Sebring, we will probably be bringing you another video from there.
Yep.
So
That's the
it'll
plan.
show you the home. The land that we picked up is 1.1 acres in off of County Road in Sebring, and there's going to be a lot of adventures there. There's going to be a lot of new plantings. You did see my previous video, or we may attach it to this video. I showed you some of the plants that we have here. Not everything is going to make it to Sebring because we are in Zone 9B in Sebring, so some things won't survive. But we will have new plantings, and we will show you that step by step as we put them in the ground and as they start to grow, mature, and give us food.
So we're not sure what this channel is going to become, but our current vision, stuff that we do in the yard, stuff that we do with the house,
Correct.
like little, just remodeling jobs. Our travels, like she said, we're going to go to the old towns that are in the Central Florida area. What's great about those towns is that they
have history.
Established in the early 1900s, but they don't tear anything down, unlike Fort Lauderdale, Miami, which if it's 50 years old, they tear it down and they build something new. Up
Right.
there, you have old brick structures, old wooden frame structures. It's really
Correct.
quaint and beautiful, so we hope to showcase that. We do international traveling, so we're going to bring you along on those trips.
And we may sprinkle in, probably very soon, a little Louisiana trip that we took.
Oh yeah. Yes.
With a very, very, very weird place in Abita Springs.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. I might
Yeah.
I might sprinkle a little of that magic in there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we hope to deliver. But we're new at this. We're young at it. And who knows where this adventure is going to take us, but we hope you join us. And
Yes.
if you like us, do the like. If you want to subscribe, do the subscribe. It's going to be down here,
below.
right down below. And then, of
As
course,
everybody says.
sharing is caring. So give us the share. And hey, good to meet you.
That's right.
Please comment. Let us know if we misspeak, say something wrong.
Speak too fast.
Right? But we'll get some stuff wrong, I'm sure. And we love to learn. So, cheers.
Peace out.
Adios.